This episode contains discussions about law enforcement, crime, and moral dilemmas. Listener discretion is advised. Two men, two enforcers, two visions of justice. One wields brute force in a world where crime was wiped out. Yet lawlessness still lurks in the shadows. The other, a walking sentence in a city where mercy is extinct. John Spartan and Judge Dredd are legends of their time, both feared and revered. But when law and order are defined by force, what separates justice from judgment? Welcome to Revenge and Madness, the podcast where we unravel the thin line between justice and vengeance. Today, we're diving into the stories of two lawmen, John Spartan and Judge Dredd. Two men, two futures, and two very different approaches to justice. Let's begin. Before the world froze him, John Spartan was a name criminals feared. A LAPD officer in the late 20th century. He had a reputation for being a wrecking ball in a uniform. He didn't just catch criminals, he annihilated them. His methods were unconventional. His tactics, extreme. But in a world overrun by crime, Spartan was the city's last line of defense. And then came Simon Phoenix, a criminal mastermind unlike any Spartan had ever faced. Ruthless, cunning, and completely unpredictable. Their battles left the city in ruins, collateral damage stacking up higher with every encounter. But it was their final confrontation in 1996 that changed everything. A hostage situation, a burning building, dozens of innocent people at risk. Spartan did what Spartan does best. He charged in. He stopped Phoenix, but when the smoke cleared, something was different this time. 30 hostages were dead, and John Spartan, the so-called hero, was blamed.
What can I say? I'm a blast from the past.
Convicted of reckless endangerment and manslaughter, he was sentenced to cryogenic prison. And with that, the world moved on. Until it didn't. Fast forward to the 22nd century. A world overrun by crime, where cities have become sprawling mega metropolises. Law and order are nearly extinct, and only one force keeps society from complete collapse: the judges. Among them, one name reigns supreme: Judge Dredd. Dredd isn't just a cop. He is the law itself. In Mega City 1, where crime is an epidemic, judges act as judge, jury, and executioner. There is no trial, no appeals, no leniency. If you break the law, Dredd decides your fate on the spot.
Law is not the law. I am the law.
For Dredd, there is no room for second chances. Justice is absolute. His duty isn't to question the law, it's to enforce it. But when you take away choice, when justice is instant and final, does it stop being justice? Spartan and Dredd, two warriors, two enforcers, two interpretations of justice. But how do they compare? Both are shaped by violent worlds that demand strong enforcers. They are relentless in their pursuit of criminals, showing no hesitation when faced with danger. Their presence alone is enough to make criminals think twice. They are both respected and feared, yet both find themselves in conflict with the very systems they serve. But the differences between them are stark. Spartan is a soldier of the past, forced into a future that doesn't want him. He is raw, emotional, and guided by instinct rather than strict protocol. He believes that some rules need to be broken for the greater good. He fights a society that has abandoned its own ability to fight back. Dredd, on the other hand, is a product of a world where the law is absolute. He does not bend the rules because in his mind, the rules are what keeps society from descending into chaos. There is no hesitation, no mercy, no personal attachment, only law and punishment.
Look, you can't take away people's right to be assholes.
This isn't a negotiation. The sentence is death.
Both Spartan and Dredd exist in worlds that demand order. But their methods raise a fundamental question. What kind of justice should exist? Spartan represents justice through emotion, believing in free will, even if it gets messy. Dredd represents justice as an absolute. Where you break the law, you pay the price, no exceptions. Which is more dangerous? A world where law is too soft, or one where law is too harsh? What happens wherein a society gives too much power to its enforcers? John Spartan and Judge Dredd are both warriors in worlds that demand order. But at what cost? If you had to choose, would you rather be protected by a man who believes in second chances, or a man who never gives them? Their stories force us to ask deeper questions about justice, authority, and control. In today's world, where debates over law enforcement and power continue to divide societies, which model do we truly lean toward? The compassionate officer willing to bend the rules for the greater good, or the absolute judge who upholds the law at any cost? Thank you for joining us on Revenge and Madness. Next time, we dissect another figure walking the thin line between justice and vengeance. Until then, remember, justice and madness are only a heartbeat away.